Hi guys! Welcome to another vlog, and I think this vlog, very timely rin to kasi maraming tanong lagi and kadalasan tinatanong, ano ba talaga mas maganda? Yung high yield savings account natin or yung digital banks? Or should I go with the traditional banks? Saan ba mas okay mag-ipon? That's a very good question, and let's dive into that question and then pag-usapan natin siya talaga. Let's answer the question, saan ba talaga mas okay mag-ipon? Kung gusto mo malaman kung saan mas sulit or ano mas swak sa lifestyle mo, well, I hope this video is the right one for you. So, syempre, let us break everything down and we're going to put it into different segments para naman mas comprehensive rin yung topic natin for this evening, morning, afternoon, kung saan ka man or kung kailan mo man ito pinapanood. So, maganda tong tanong because number one, let's look into what is by definition a digital bank and then what is a traditional bank. Or let's just say, what is your parang high yield savings account, digital banks, or yung mas predominantly digital na bank, kung may app man siya, or what is your traditional banks. So let's start with the traditional banks. Yung traditional banks natin, syempre, I have my Codigo rin here. I always have my laptop pag lagi nyo titingnan. Basta nakatingin si Jax, alam nyo na yung reference ko siya. So with your traditional banks, di ba? Ito yung mga kilala natin mga malalaki banko. You have your BPI, your Metro Bank, you have BDO, you have RCBCs, Security Bank, East West. Big banks na may branch, yung may mga ATMs, yung may physical presence. Usually we call that the traditional banks. Yung mga matatanda na, yung mga institusyon as we think about it. Think of that as your traditional banks. Malaki, may presence, land bank, di ba? Yung mga, basta kung nakita mo may mga branch, may mga ATMs, nagde-deploy sila, marami sa mga malls yung malalaki, traditional banks. Now, when we want to say that it's more of a digital or more a digital first bank or yung mga high yield savings account man natin yan, mostly, predominantly, they're app-based. Digital banks, walang branches siya. But also, let's do note that some kasi na mga, we call them digital in general. Pero sa totoo lang, hindi talaga sa digital bank. Because ang lisensya nila, let's say, is a rural bank, thrift bank, yung mga ganun, na may digital app. So in the Philippines, we only actually have 6 digital banks, diba? Yung first na mga lumabas dito was only 6 with the licenses. So it is your Maya Bank, GoTime Bank, Union Digital, Uno Bank, Tonic, and then OF Bank or Overseas Filipino Bank, a digital bank of the Philippines. So yun talaga yung may 6 na may mga lisensya as digital bank lang. Now, yung mga C-Bank or yung Maribank na tinatawag natin, RCBC Discartec, yung mga yon, basically they are a rural bank or yung mga lisensya nila parang thrift bank, but they have predominantly, ang presence sila is more app-based, di ba? Kaya nakita na feeling natin, digital bank pa siya. Technically, hindi siya digital bank as we would define it or as how the BSP would define it, but we just put them in the pillar of digital bank. So, para hindi na lang kayo mahilo. But guys, ganun ang pag-divide natin. Let's say, just say, traditional banks and then the digital banks, or that's why I usually say it as high yield savings account kasi ito yung mas matataas na interest na binibigay. Para at least lahat sila nandito, high yield savings account, rather than we just call it a digital bank na technically in the Philippines, if you want to be super critical there, anim lang naman talaga yung digital bank. For example, I like to use C-Bank or yung Maribank nga. It's a rural bank. Yung mga branches niya nasa Laguna, pero app niya ang pinakamalaki. Can we go to the bank branches nila to deposit? Hindi rin naman pwede, di ba? So, at saka layo rin naman. So, that's why we just treat them as high-yield savings account. Then, we have your traditional banks. I hope it became clear that way, guys. Now, that's your traditional, your high-yield savings account or your digital banks. Mas app-based siya, wala mga branches yan. And then, everything else, predominantly gagawin mo via your app, diba? What's good about these two? The traditional banks, your digital banks or your high-yield savings account, they are all regulated by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas or may mga lisensya sila para mag-operate as banks. So meaning, legit po yon if may lisensya siya. So a lot of the things that I talk about, lahat na nakikita nyo mga malalaki and mga legitimate dyan na uso, they have licenses sa BSP or sa Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. If wala silang lisensya, hindi sila pwede mag-operate as a bank, diba? One thing that I also want to put in clarification when we talk about GCash. GCash is actually not a bank. It is an e-wallet, meaning its license is only EPFS, meaning Electronic Payment Financial Services lang siya. Hindi siya bangko. Diba? So that's why GCash partners with, let's say, CAMB, BPI, Maybank, yung mga yun, because yun yung bank partners nila. Kasi nga siya, hindi siya bangko. Kaya hindi siya pwedeng mag-operate as a bank. Diba? It's an e-wallet. Okay, so at least we got all of the basics. basics out of the way. Now, what's good about both the traditional and the digital as well? As long as, di ba, nakikita nyo may lisensya siya sa Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, that's what we wanna say, guys, meaning legitimate siya, regulated siya. Meaning, if you have concerns and issue with it, you can always go to the Bangko Sentral to file a complaint because they are regulated by the Bangko Sentral. In terms of legitimacy, dun tayo sa legit. Dapat may lisensya. If you wanna see it, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas website will also have ano yung mga bangko na regulated nila. It ranges from all the different small banks hanggang malalaking mga banks. Now, let's talk about the pinaka-importante naman, interest rates. Diba? When we talk about interest rates, saan ba mas malaki? So, syempre, ang mga traditional banks natin, guys, mas maliit yung mga interest na binibigay niya. Usually, naglalaro lang siya sa 0.0625%. Syempre, ang mga traditional banks mo, why do you say na maliit siya? It's because they have so many things to spend for. The branch nila, so syempre, yung mga payroll ng mga staff nila, marami silang mga expenses. And syempre, nakasanayan na rin naman nila yan, diba? Na parang ganun talaga. Maliliit talaga yung mga interest ng mga traditional banks because they have so many that they have to think about. But syempre, pag mangutang rin naman tayo sa malalaking traditional banks, syempre, mas mataas rin naman interest pag pinapahiram tayo or when we loan the money because yung difference nun, yun yung kita nila. Now, on the flip side, when we talk about high-yield savings account or mga digital banks naman, guys, ang kagandahan dito, matataas ang interest na binibigay. Usually, nasa 3 to 6%. Oh my gosh, guys, tingnan mo naman how big of a difference it is. Diba? Ang laki talaga ng difference niya. It can go as high as, depending on saan ka mag-deposit, diba? It can go as high as 1,000%. If you're going to compute, diba, times 1,000%, diba? Parang, oh my gosh, more, basta ang taas. So, basta guys, diba, pag i-compare mo pa lang, ganun na siya kalaki. Let's put numbers to it, ha? So, for example, let's have a chart here, diba? I love it. Example, yung 10,000 pesos mo. If you put your 10,000 pesos in a traditional bank with 0.0625% per annum, diba? In a year, ang kinikita mo lang dyan, guys, is only as low as 6.25 pesos. Diba? Yun yun. Pero if you put it in a digital or high-yield savings account, yung 10,000 pesos mo at 4%, sabihin natin 4% lang per annum, is 400 pesos ang kita mo. Net of taxes, kung gagawin, i-net natin yung 20% na withholding tax, yung 6.25 mo sa traditional bank is 5 pesos na lang. Tapos dito naman, 320 pesos naman ang kita mo sa digital bank mo or sa high-yield savings account mo. Guys, ang laki ng difference yan, di ba? That's 315 pesos of difference because linagay mo lang siya sa isang high-yield savings account or sa digital bank. Think about it that way. Ganun siya kalaki. As in, oh my gosh, ang laki. But remember guys, digital banks mo or high-yield savings account mo, nag-vary yung mga interest rate. Pero recently, nasa 3% yan naglalaro dyan. Yes, meron pang iba mas malaki pa siya. So, it depends on you. But yes, malaki talaga ang bigayan. Because, syempre, let's talk about it. Sa digital banks, syempre, digital nga, di ba? Mas wala silang staff, mas wala silang tao na kailangan sahuran, wala silang mga branches. So, yung kita nila, di ba, pwede nilang ibigay yan sa customers. That's the benefit. And what I love about it recently is that, syempre, a lot of those other countries, maraming mga high-yield savings account. Now in the Philippines, dumadami siya starting in the recent years. And that's all thanks to competition. And syempre, it's so much better for us Filipinos because you have options kung saan nyo pwede ilagay yung pera nyo. And a lot of your high-yield savings account, your digital banks, even pays interest out daily. Like Maya does that, Maribank or Cbank does that as well. Diba? So everyday nakikita mo na tumutubo yung pera mo kada araw. And it can, kahit piso lang lagay mo dyan, makikita mo may pera dumadagdag because that's the interest that you've earned. Ang bongga, di ba? Why not? We've looked into the interest. Now, let's go into safety and naman and then security. Okay, when it comes to safety and security, a lot of the question is, Jack, safe ba siya? To be honest, when it comes to that safe question, it depends, di ba? I think in all types of investments, even mga bangko na yan, meron pa rin risk involved. You can't say that there's no risk. But, syempre, we mitigate that risk, di ba? Paano nagpababaan yung risk na yan? When it comes to both banks, traditional or digital or high-yield savings account mo, guys, as long as lisensyado siya sa BSP, that's one layer. Next, insured siya by the PDIC as well. That's your second layer. When you look into PDIC insured mga bangko, okay, ang PDIC insurance mo, since March 2025, each depositor per bank is now covered of up to 1 million pesos. Guys, dati 500,000 pesos lang yan. Now it's 1 million pesos. Diba? That's another layer. So, isipin mo, if you're going to look into building blocks of safety and security, number one, may lisensya sa BSP. Meaning, it is governed, it is regulated by BSP. That's one building block. Pundasyon niya yan. Second, pundasyon, you have your PDIC insurance, diba? Now, up to 1 million pesos, diba? So, what does it mean? Let's let's just say nagsara yung bangko na yan, you are insured of up to 1 million pesos per depositor. So what does it mean? If you go into detail yan, long story short, ganito lang siya guys. For example, if you have one account, 1 million pesos dito sa Bank A, and nagsara si Bank A, PDIC insured siya, mababalik sa'yo 1 million. If you say, meron kang 10 million sa bank na yon, cap nun is just 1 million. So if you want sobra to be super secure, pwede mo gawin 1 million lang. Tapos lipat ka sa naman sa isang PDIC insured and BSP regulated bank, dun mo ilagay yung next million mo to be safe. Diba? Pwede mo gawin yon. And that's a way for your safety and security. Next, syempre, yung mga bangko rin naman to have their own safety and security mechanisms, diba? So they have their apps, they have all of the different anti-fraud systems, diba? Here, yes, the bank does have it in place, pero tayo naman guys, kailangan ingatan rin natin. It doesn't necessarily mean na nandun yung mga yon, hindi tayo ma-fraud kasi it depends. It can happen, diba? Paminsan kung binigay mo yung OTP mo, binigay mo yung username mo sa ibang tao, kasalanan na natin yan as customers. Kaya nga, again, we also have the responsibility to keep our account safe. When we talk about safety, yes, the banks have their safety security measures in place, pero tayo rin naman, we have to also make sure that we keep our bank account safe din, diba? So it's really a push and pull, give and take po siya, diba? Parang relasyon. Pero get it guys, diba? Ganun siya. Now, this is where I want to also put another level. Remember, to check if the bank is licensed, PSP and PDIC insured, guys, usually banks lang yan. That's why GCash is not a bank. So, it doesn't have a banking license. That's why yung GCash is an e-wallet, hindi siya PDIC insured. Nakita mo? So, that is why GCash has the CIMB sa loob or GSafe, which you put your money doon sa bank, which is now PDIC insured. But GCash wallet mo is not PDIC insured because it's not a bank. That's why it's not insured as well. Gets nyo? Ganun siya. So, the wallet, the e-wallets mo is different from your bank account. Yun lang siya. Okay, so that's one thing that you have to be careful with rin, diba? That's why if you look into the BSP, hindi mo makikita si GCash as part of a bank because it's not a bank. And then next, when we look into accessibility and convenience naman. So, ano ba yung mga usual accessibility and convenience natin here? The traditional banks, diba? When you look into it, lahat ng mga usual gagawin mo, yes, they have their apps, but a lot of the things that you might do need to be still in the branch because kailangan mo siya hingin, diba? Let's say yung mga statement of account, yung mga bank statements, you also have your proof, yung sinasabi natin sa visa requirements natin, nawala yung word sa akin right now, usually you go to the branch for that if you want it sa traditional bank account mo, diba? And of course, the branch, meron siyang banking hours, diba? May time lang siya. But also, they have their own apps which you can transfer money, you can send money, you can also pay your bills rin naman dyan. Yes, nandyan. That's where the bank is, diba? The traditional. And usually, when you open a bank account doon sa traditional bank, may mga maintaining balance yan. Meaning, dapat may minimum kang iniiwan doon sa account na yan or else, ikakaltas nila yung charges na yan or may mga fees man yan involved, and if ever wala na silang makaltas doon, i-close na nila yung account mo. But on the flip side, with your digital banks naman, eto, you don't need to go to the branch kasi wala silang branch. 24/7 access siya, real time rin yung mga transfers niyan, and then usually wala rin siyang maintaining balance, diba? Libre lang siya to open and to close, diba? Libre. Unlike doon sa traditional, you usually have a maintaining balance. So, it really depends. But, of course, diba? If you want to look at it, digital banks, high yield savings account mo, very, very convenient. Dito naman sa traditional bank mo, it's still convenient, but a lot of the items that you might do or things that you might need, you have to go. When you deposit, usually, di ba sa branch mo yung ginagawa. Sa digital banks naman, wala nga siyang deposit na physical, but you can transfer it via InstaPay or PesoNet, di ba? Yun yung mga difference niya. And of course, let's look at the fees rin of, you know, a traditional bank and your high-yield savings account mo naman or your digital bank. So when it comes to your traditional banks naman, when you look into the fees, syempre may mga maintaining balances yan. Meron rin yan usually dormancy fee, which is like, if ever hindi mo na nagalaw yung account mo, may kinakaltas rin sila. Usually mga 1 year, 2 years yan pag hindi ka nag-add or hindi ka nagkaltas ng pera or ginamit yung account na yan, they will also charge your dormancy fee as well. Then usually with traditional banks, if example, kailangan mo ng bank statement, hihingi ka nun, may charge rin yan sila sa iyo. And then, paminsan, some banks might also charge if ever mag-deposit ka or mag-withdraw ka na hindi mo branch, possible, may mga charges rin sila doon. Basta, syempre, mas maraming mga charges yan because nga, traditional yan, they have so many costs that is involved doon sa pag-maintain ng account mo. While on the digital bank side naman, di ba, no maintaining balance. So kahit zero yan, okay lang. Kahit piso lang nandyan yan, walang problema. Wala rin siyang dormancy fee, usually, meaning kung hindi mo siya galawin, hindi ka rin naman charge, hindi ka rin naman nila kakaltasan, di ba? Walang problema, usually. And then, signing up, di ba? With your digital, very easy because guys, lahat digital na. ID, government ID lang kailangan mo. Then you also just need your mobile number, email address, then boosh, you can open an account na. Usually kasi, for traditional banks, kailangan mo pa pumunta sa branch, di ba? So those are some of the difference and the fees that are involved. And then, of course, when we look into a table format here, when we look into the features, digital banks of the traditional banks, unahin natin yung mga interest. Mas mataas ang interest definitely ng digital banks compared to the traditional banks. Convenience, definitely, both have app-based, di ba? May mga apps yung mga yan. Convenient naman siya. But syempre, yung iba, yung traditional banks, mostly branch-dependent. So, a lot of the things that you might do, you need to do it sa branch. Sa fees niya, for digital banks usually, or high-yield savings account mo, usually very minimal. Konti. At paminsan, usually libre na yan. With traditional banks, definitely may mga penalties involved yan because of the upkeep nga. Services, syempre, mas limited ka with your digital banks. Something that you can think of, credit cards, home loan, car loan. Wala yan with your digital banks or high-yield savings account, but meron yan with your traditional banks kasi full service siya. And then when it comes to trust, both are regulated, but syempre, traditional banks mo, yung mga institution niya, they're established. So it has that another layer of established ako, mas sikat to, mas kilala to, mas safe yung money mo. Yes, it's given to the traditional banks. But the digital banks naman, it's regulated. Yes, you're PDIC insured as well. So those are levels of security or trust na rin naman na, nagpapagaan din sa loob natin to trust both institutions as well. In summary, it really depends on your goals. For example, may short-term goals ka, emergency funds mo, travel funds mo, you want to grow your money, I would always recommend you to put it in your high-yield savings account or your digital banks. Solid kasi siya eh. Malaki yung kinikita mo, di ba? Why not? But also, on the flip side, you can have a traditional bank account pa rin. Because of what? When you build your relationship with the bank, sila yung namimigay sa'yo ng credit card, business loans mo, business accounts mo. If may small and medium business ka, may big business ka, traditional bank talaga yan. Loan applications mo, bigger transactions mo na kailangan mong bilhin, bahay, lupa. Usually, you go with the traditional banks for that. Diba? That's why you can't just say one is better than the other. It depends on the goals that you have. That's one thing. And how you want to use it. Diba? Yun yung parang each of that account can have a separate function and the function now depends on how you want to use it. So, my personal top tips, diba? When you want to start, for every Filipino savers out there, for me, use both pa rin. Digital bank, high-yield savings account, do it. Use it for high-yield savings. Kasi mataas talaga siya. Traditional banks naman, for your stability, for you to build that relationship with your banks. If wala ka pang credit card, the best way to build the relationship and to get a credit card, definitely, you still go with traditional banks. Lahat ng mga traditional bank accounts ko nung bata pa ako, doon ako una nagkaroon ng credit card. And even up until now, those accounts are still active and live. Second tip here, automate your savings. Alam mo, to be honest, if it's like your emergency fund or let's say luho fund mo, want fund mo, travel fund mo, or whatever, diba, why not put it in your digital bank muna? Automate it para at least laging may nilalagay ka sa digital bank because of the high interest. Why not? Patubuin mo yung pera mo, diba? Doon mo ilagay. Kaya lagi sinasabi, open a digital bank. Kasi maganda pa rin siya. Number 3, make sure you check for BSP licensed banks and also PDIC coverage. Guys, if talagang gusto mo maging segurista, then just put 1 million pesos. Basta PDIC insured siya, basta may lisensya sa BSP, maximum 1 million pesos. Number 4, when it comes to savings mo, if you want to put it in a savings, my recommendation, put it in a bank, put it in a high-yield savings account. Huwag nyo siyang i-mix with your expense account. Diba? For example, perfect example here, I love GCash. I have my GCash red, pero syempre mas konti pera ko sa GCash kasi pang expense ko yon. But, yung nakapark yung pera ko, for example, nakaput siya sa C-Bank or sa Maribank siya, kumikita ng interest dyan. Kung kailangan ko na lang ng pera, then itatransfer ko na lang siya doon sa GCash ko. Diba? Para at least doon ko siya gagastusin. Or I'll just use sa Maribank. It depends on you how you want to use it. And of course, syempre, last but not the least, track your goals as well. Even if you open these accounts, make sure you track rin. Ano ba yung gusto mo? Use budgeting apps, yung mga spreadsheets ko na libre, I'll put it all down below. Ilagay nyo pa rin yan. Tingnan nyo kung saan pa rin siya beneficial. You have to make sure that you budget pa rin. Even if you have so many bank accounts, you still need to make sure that you keep track of everything. Hindi yung sinabi ko na parang, bukas ka nga lahat-lahat na buksan mo. It's okay. It's good to have it, to keep it separate para at least out of sight, out of mind ka, diba? But still, you have to track it para alam mo pa rin yung mga pera mo. Diba? Hindi siya pwedeng hindi mo alam. And of course, for me, personally, that's how you use it. Again, just as a quick recap, have both. Both are good. Personally, I still have my traditional bank accounts. Diba? As I progress in life, yes, syempre, ang tip dyan and trick dyan, guys. The traditional banks can give you good interest rates. Pag mas malaki ka na, mas malaki yung savings mo dyan, they can give you preferential rates that usually can match the one that digital banks gives. Or almost the thing that the digital bank gives or interest that the digital bank gives. Pero syempre, when you're starting off, the digital banks, for money that you're starting off, siya yung pinakamataas magbigay. And to be honest, have both. And libre. Bakit natin papatulogin ang pera natin kung libre naman bumukas ng digital banks? And a lot of digital banks out there, may mga free transfers rin yan. So if ever kailangan mo na i-transfer yung money, gamitin mo yung mga free transfers nila. Guys, yun yung final tip ko and I hope this video was helpful. Alam ko baka naman mas mahaba na naman to and malaki na naman to or ang dami nyo na pakinggan. But guys, if natapos nyo nga itong video na to, yung gusto ko lang sabihin sa inyo, nakabukas na kayo dapat ng digital bank. Tatlo pang ang digital bank feeling ko kung 10 minutes each kayo or you took 10 minutes for each of those bank accounts that you were supposed to open. Kaya if wala ka pa, try one. Open a digital bank first. But also, make sure that you have your traditional bank account. I'm sure yung traditional bank account mo, kung yung payroll mo nandoon, that can serve as your traditional bank account. Because that can build your relationship with a traditional bank. And in the future, pag lumaki ka na, you will have bigger goals. Your traditional bank will still be there to help you with that goal. But syempre, with everyone else, it's never bad to let your money grow in the digital banks. Yun lang yung gusto ko sabihin. And I'll see you on the next vlog. Bye guys!